Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. It's myself, Alan. Today we're going to have a look at chord editing in Cubase. And Cubase provides us with some great features for making chords. When you're just starting off, if you're not particularly the best piano player or you're just new to it and you want to know how to make chords, well, I'm going to show you how you can do it. And you can not just make just standard chords, you can make your chord progressions really advanced. And it's quite easy. So let's jump in and have a look at it. To get started, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a 4-bar loop from 2 to 6. I just set up an instrument here. It's just a piano, and if I just click into it, you can see it's from the grand piano. It's just the Yamaha CP80, but any instrument at all you have will do. Make sure that the monitor is turned on. You just click it and it'll turn orange. The next thing I want to do is I want to set up a MIDI part. You can either draw this in with the pencil from 2 to 6, or we can just really quickly double click below it, and this sets up our MIDI part. And now if we go up to it and click onto it, double click, it'll open up, the MIDI part will open up here at the end. And as you can see, this is our piano roll down here. But the first thing we want to do, we want to come over here to the left hand side, and we're going to go to chord editing. If you just open up that, and you can see this is where we can make some great chords, and we can change the voicings of the chords. We can change them from majors to minors. Before we start making chords, we want to make sure that we can hear the chords that we're playing. So what you want to do is you want to come up here and to the acoustic feedback, and you want to click on this and make sure that's turned on. Because if you don't have that turned on when you play the chord, you won't hear the chord that you're making unless you press play. Next thing we want to do is we're going to go over here. As you can see, we have 3-note chords or triads. If we go down, we have 4-note chords. And as you can see, we have different chords here, the major 7, sustain 4/7. There's loads of full diminished, and you can see these little arrows. If we click on one of these arrows, we just go into the major 7, and then I come over here, this will turn into a pencil. And as you can see, if I draw in one note here, it will turn into a chord. And as you can see, just like that, we have a C chord, a C7 chord. So that's the C with the 7th note of the chord on it. And from here, it's very easy. We can change the chord. We can move the chord up to a different chord. We can move it down to another type of chord. And as you can see up here in this box, it says the chord name comes up. This chord is a C major 7. If I push it up, you can see the chord will change, and we can also move it down. There's other things we can do from here. We can drop 2, we can drop a 3, we can drop the 2 and the 4. To delete a chord, all you do is hold down the right button on your mouse, and as you can see, this tool panel appears, and if you're holding it down, the right button, you can scroll across and you can pick whatever tool you want. And we're going to go back to the pointer. Now if I go on to the left button and hold it down and I scroll down, I will highlight the chord, and as you can see, the chord has darkened to they've all been selected, and I can just press delete and the chord will disappear. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over and I'm going to press a major key. I'm going to click on this little arrow here. I go down. I'm going to put in a C major, but I'm going to make it bigger. So we have 2 bars. Now as you can see, it's still highlighted. And if I come over here and I press sustain 4, the chord will change. If I want to C diminished, and you can see it up here, C diminished, major, So you can change it to whatever chord you want. You can move the voicings or in the inversions, which changes. The C will move up. You can move back down. So you can change the whole voicing of the chords to whatever you want. Now this chord, I can highlight it by holding down, pressing it until it goes dark. I can go to the end of the note and I can hold down the left key and I can scroll back and make this chord as big as I want. But there's other ways to do that, and you can do it opposite way. You can do it that side as well. You can also, if I want to make the chord bigger, if I hold down Control and then press the arrows on my keyboard while holding down Control, as you can see, the chord will nudge forward, or you can nudge it back using the left arrow. If I hold down the Alt key and press left, you can see the chord will get bigger, and I can go the opposite way. If I hold down Shift and Alt together, I can bring them back. If you find these videos very helpful, and especially if you're new to Cubase, drop me a comment below if there's anything that you don't understand or anything else you need help with, or even if you just want to tell me where you're listening to and watching the program from. I'm in the Republic of Ireland, so it'll be interesting to see whereabouts people are from. Drop your country in the box below. Let's have a look at the Scale Assistant. If you come over here where it has chord editing, if you go up and click on the next box, you'll see Scale Assistant. Make sure Use Scale Assistant is on, and as you can see here, you can change the scale. If you click this drop down menu, you can change it to whatever one you want. You can change it. As you can see, there's loads of options. Now that we have our Scale Assistant turned on, if we go back down to the chord editing, I can go down and I can highlight these chords, and then I'm going to use my tool and it's going to drag them back to that size note. What we can want to do is we can make more notes out of this. If I hold down Control and D, this will duplicate the notes. Now if I highlight all the chords and I go in and I hold down the left button on my mouse, I can edit all these chords. We're going to do now this time is go up to the select pitch visibility options. When we click down this drop menu, make sure that you have it set to show pitches from the Scale Assistant. So remember, our scale that we have set up here is in the scale of C major. So you can change it up, the scale up here. If we go to the button next to it is the pitch visibility on and off. And what this will do, if we press it, it will change it from a piano roll. It'll change it just to show us the notes that are in the scale of our chosen scale, which is C. So if I click on that, you can see now we only have the notes that's in our scale. So no matter what notes we put in here now, it's always going to be in the right scale. If we go back to our chord editing and we click on our major and we go down to our pencil, we're just going to draw in a chord. But what we're going to do is highlight the chords, and we're going to hold down Control and D and duplicate these chords 4 times. Now we can go in and we can highlight the second chord, and we're going to change this chord and the third chord, and we change this one to diminished. So now we press play. We change these ones. See what this sounds like. I'm going to change this last one. Okay, now we're going to change the voicing of them. Now what we can do, we're going to highlight all of them and we're going to drag them all back. Now, while we have them all highlighted, we press Ctrl and D. This will duplicate our section and we can drag these back over. This will give us something like this. Now what we can do is, while we have this, we're going to do it again, Control and D, and this time we're going to drag them in here. Okay, now what I think I'll do is we'll make them shorter. And we're going to change some of these. We're going to change the second one. I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to move it up one. And now we're going to change this one up as well. So this is the chord progression that we have just made with very little knowledge of known about chord progressions or advanced chords, and you can make this whatever way you very easy to whatever way you want to. And all I've done now is I've just added in a drum beat. If I just show you, I just added in a drum beat from Groove Agent, just electro kit, and then I have also added in Hadion Sonic. I went to Hadion Sonic. I just added in a high pass lead, and all I have done is just put a soft clip distortion onto it. There it is there, and you can get some great results just from doing this. So it just shows you how easy it is and how good it is to use the scale assistant and also to use the chord editing in Cubase. It's all there provided for you by Cubase. You don't have to have much knowledge and you can experiment and come up with some great stuff. If you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also let me know whereabouts in the world you are. And until the next time, I'll talk to you soon. For myself, Alan. Thank you.